about Make in India, the role of IITs, and how to ensure larger women participation. And to begin with, there is an old saying that goes, I don't know where it comes from, but I've read a lot about, I've encountered the same time and again. And it says, educate a man and you educate an individual, but educate a woman and you educate a family or an entire race. And that is actually very true. It's also said in our Indian scriptures also, Mata Pita Guru Deva. So the first person that we have to pay reference to is our mother. And I think most of us, men or women, become what their mothers aspire them to be. Or no, I think the mother is the first teacher. She is the first person that leads us. And families where women are educated, I think the entire family or the entire clan kind of prospers or grows. And all of us women here, we have been in this Specialist Institute. We all have had a supportive family, having motivating parents, like our senior spoke about it. And most of us are there because our mothers desire and that we need. And so it is important for us to understand that and educate as many girls as possible. And that would be the biggest gift that we as women can give to entire posterity. So with that in mind, let us begin our discussion. So we are going to discuss Make in India. So Make in India has become the new mantra ever since and it was probably there earlier also, but it wasn't, we weren't so vocal about it. And this has become one of the biggest agendas of this present government. And so there are, when I look at this topic, I see, typically, there are three different aspects. This slide shows introduction of panelists, where I think we all know each other there now. We know Meena ma'am, we know Vanna ma'am, Smriti, Jyoti, and Pooja. So, if anybody needs introductions, we can do introductions or we can carry on. Carry on. Thank you. So, there are three aspects to this discussion. Sorry, ma'am. I just pulled out some numbers. So one of the,
There are too many. All are not concerned with us. 25 sectors of economy. And they are different from some of them are sectors are automobile, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, textile, leather, tourism, ports, aviation, tourism, wellness, railways, auto components, design, manufacturing, renewable energy, mining, biotechnology, electronics, and means it goes on 25 economic sector. So main objective of this program means how to job creation, economy for job creation, skill development. Okay, and also which will lead to GDP growth and tax revenues, and also it will minimize import and environment impact and hope to attract capital and ecological investments actually. That was the main, to improve our economy actually. So this initiative has been taken up actually. So means this is the background. So mainly they say you manufacture in India, keeping high quality so that export can also be taken over. So any sectors, like I think women are involved in all the sectors now. So now you can start your discussion. I just wanted to tell about making the program.
So thank you, Ida ma'am, for giving us this information about the basic idea behind what Make in India was supposed to be. And since ma'am also mentioned that when we talk about something as I don't know, being acknowledged for a long time maybe, to make an idea of anything like Make in India, there should already be some numbers associated with it. How do I measure if I'm making in India or not? So one of the key indicators is GDP. So how do you measure if you're really making in India or not? Is your GDP good? Now GDP typically sector-wise, you kind of group sectors, and then we say agriculture, these are three main sector classifications. Again, industry में बहुत कुछ है, manufacturing typically, and services is again a wide array of services, tourism, travel, hospitality, name it, insurance, banking, everything comes under services. And so, when we are looking at the percentages, these are the three kind of classifications, and we see typically our services as being excellent. And some of my later slides will show. This basically, I put this up for 5 minutes. So this actually says that there has been enormous growth in the services industry, and this has been one of the largest contributors to our GDP. While on the other hand, we see that the point number 3 says that agriculture is still, I remember reading in geography years ago when I was a child that India is an agricultural country. So when we read that, we thought that all of us were farmers, and we would wonder, how much of the farmers being. But it is true. We still see that agriculture and related occupations employed 51% of the total workforce. So while we are really moving in the services industry, we still have a lot of people who are into agriculture. And only when there is inclusive growth, only when we improve our agriculture sector, we can envision an overall growth. So we cannot have services continuously growing and maybe agriculture not growing. So let me ask Smriti to tell us about this.
As I'm working as an assistant professor, as per Make in India, civil engineering. Make in India can also be seen from this aspect that we develop individuals. So that they can contribute to the growth of the nation economically, high skill development. And we can, as I am working in a private university, what I think, I have a view that IITs should collaborate with other universities of their state, of their zone, and so that they can reach out to more people, and especially as far as further slides sent to us. So I found out that how can we educate more, how can we bring up more women so that they contribute in the economic development of a country, economic as well as social and by establishing collaborations with universities and other institutions, we can reach out to masses. We can not only, the sex ratio in IIT is less, as we have discussed about it, but there are a lot number of girls having raw talent in other universities who are equally capable to contribute. So they must get that opportunity to access the labs here, or to if they are interested.
So I think,
see, when we make world-class produce, like IT produces world-class graduates, are we not making it in India? Because we go abroad, earlier we were going for training and all. So I feel what she wants to convey is that it means high standards in teaching and research we maintain and turn out, and there are those products of academic institutes, very high standard and high quality, which are in demand all over the world, which is happening. So, I mean, that is also a sort of Make in India, which Modi doesn't specify. In his, this thing, all higher education and quality of primary education, this budget is there, but higher education is not there. So that should be included.
maybe if I just elaborate on the point, I feel empowering these other universities and colleges. Like IITs are already doing very well, and as everybody is mentioning, it's a brand name and it's doing itself. The name speaks before you speak. And so together with that, if we empower the other universities, not probably which are setting a standard for them, helping them, bring out curriculum, as Madam Sushma also mentioned, that she went to another university, another engineering colleges, and set very high standards, and she was very successful in doing that. I think that's what you want to do.
I have been to thick and thin of education industry because my 16 year of professional life is about educating people, and since we run colleges and we have a private university in Lucknow by the name Sri Ram Memorial University, we know what IIT standards are and what quality education is. So very rightly put that if IITs support, there is a set preconceived notion that private university means low quality. There are some people who are trying to do a quality job. So we need support from institutions like IITs and NITs who have some sharing basis of labs, maybe exchange programs for students, for faculties. So when this resource sharing will start, and if we start having good relationship, then definitely there is a pool of talent in private university and in private colleges. I am just not of the opinion that private education is not booming. Private education is a big market, and Make in India, I feel that education is one sector. I don't know in which bracket you put, because I don't see education here.
That is mostly India's emphasis.
Part of
higher education.
That's what I want
Right.
education is part of it. It's very helpful listening to this, but the reality is I am working in a private university. I want to do research. I did hard work for 7 years in project and research. So I really want to, when I told in my introduction, I really wanted to go out of the IIT Kanpur and do some work in the city. But the problem is in this generation, I felt that the private education system is not properly structured yet. Structured means that salary, where there are research buildings and instrumentation, they are not there.
See,
so definitely maybe some you can count maybe 3, 4, 5 private